Summary of the Maltese Falcon by Dashiell Hammett. In the late 1920s, beautiful Miss Wonderly walks into the detective firm run by Samuel Spade and Miles Archer in San Francisco. She tells the police that her younger sister Corinne ran away with a guy named Floyd Thursby. She wants them to follow Floyd Thursby. Archer agrees to do the job because he wants to get closer to Wonderly. Spade, who doesn't trust the woman, laughs at his partner's haste. That night, Spade wakes up to a phone call telling him that his partner has been killed. When Spade gets to the crime scene, he talks to Officer Tom Paulhouse about the chance that Thursby killed Archer. An hour after Spade gets back to his apartment, Paulhouse and Lieutenant Dundee, a rude and cocky police officer, come to his door to ask him about the murder. 30 minutes after Spade left the scene of Archer's murder, the police say that Thursby has also been killed. It's clear that they think Spade may have killed Thursby to get back at him. The next day, Spade and Archer's wife, Iva Archer, talk about the affair they've been having behind Archer's back at Spade's office. Spade goes to Wonderly's hotel after she leaves. There, he finds out that her real name is Brigid O'Shaughnessy, she doesn't have a sister, and Thursby was a dangerous man she met in Hong Kong. Even though she doesn't say anything else, Spade agrees to keep working for her. Back at his office, Spade meets Joel Cairo, who offers him $5,000 if he can get back a figure of a falcon. Later, Spade and Brigid see each other again. This time, Spade tells Brigid about his run-in with Cairo and how he decided to take the job offer. Brigid seems to know Cairo, so she asks Spade to set up a meeting so she can talk to him. Cairo offers to pay Brigid for the bird at the meeting, but she says she doesn't have it yet. They also say that Mr. G is the one who killed Thursby. Spade asks Brigid about her link to Cairo and the falcon after the meeting. She tries to change the subject by seducing him. They sleep together that night. The next day, Spade shows up at Cairo's hotel and gets into an argument with Wilmer Cook, a young guy who works for Mr. G. When Spade goes back to his office, Mr. G, who is now known as Casper Gutman, calls to set up a meeting. Gutman talks about the bird's long past and how valuable it is at the meeting. Gutman tells Spade that he sent Brigid to Constantinople to steal it from a Russian general named Kemedov. Gutman says that she tricked him and is hiding the bird somewhere in San Francisco. At this point, Spade sees that Gutman's drink is poisoned, and he passes out on the floor. 12 hours later, Spade wakes up and searches Cairo's hotel room for more clues. He finds that the statue of the bird was on a ship called La Paloma that had arrived in San Francisco while he was asleep. Captain Jacoby of La Paloma bursts through the door of Spade's office, hands him a package, and then falls and dies. This happens a few minutes after Spade gets back to his office. The black bird is wrapped up inside the package. Spade goes home after hiding the bird, where Brigid is waiting for him at the door. When they get to the room, Cairo, Wilmer, and Gutman are already there waiting for them. After Gutman gives Spade $10,000 for the bird, Spade calls his maid Effie Perrine to have her bring the bird to his apartment. As they wait, Spade gets Gutman to betray Wilmer and make him the fall guy for all the killings so that the police will stop looking into it. When Effie shows up with the bird, Gutman knows right away that it's a fake and that Kemedov has the real figure. Wilmer leaves the room in the chaos. Gutman pulls out a gun and tells Spade to give him back the $10,000. Spade gives it to him, but first he gives him a $1,000 bill as a gift to keep him from calling the police. Gutman and Cairo leave Kemedov's room because they want to steal the bird from him. They plan to go back to Constantinople. Spade calls Paulhouse and tells him that Gutman told Wilmer to kill Jacoby and Thursby. Spade talks Brigid into telling him the whole truth because the cops are coming soon. She says she killed Archer to make Thursby look like the murderer so she could keep the money from selling the bird. Even though she begs for forgiveness and tells Spade she loves him, when the cops show up, Spade gives her to them because he wants justice for his dead partner. Spade gives the police the $1,000 as proof that Gutman tried to buy him, but the police tell him that Wilmer has already killed Gutman as payback for Gutman agreeing to betray Wilmer. After Spade let the cops arrest the woman who loved him, Effie can't face him at work the next day. When Iva Archer arrives, just as Spade is settling up at his desk, he grudgingly allows her through the door.
About the author. Dashiell Hammett grew up in Philadelphia and Baltimore. He dropped out of school when he was 14 and worked at a few different places before joining the Pinkerton National Detective Agency in 1915. After being a sergeant in World War I and going back to work for the Pinkertons for a while, he started his job as a writer. His first story was published in 1922. Over the next 12 years, he wrote a lot of novels, screenplays, and short stories. In many ways, the hard-boiled style of his writing helped create the genre of noir mystery books. After 1934, he stopped writing and worked on politics instead. He was a committed anti-fascist and a member of the Communist Party USA. After pulling strings to serve again in World War II, despite the injuries he got fighting in the First World War, he refused to give the U.S. courts information that could have led to the arrest or harassment of other Communist Party members. He was given 5 months in a federal jail because he didn't agree. Hammett's controversial political views made him unpopular in America, so he spent the last 10 years of his life living alone in his country house. He died of lung cancer in 1961.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.